I hope you're all doing well. There's been a few developing stories in Australia for a while, and it's a bit bothering. I'm worried. There was a 4-year-old that went missing over a week ago, and it's been just so sad. And I don't know, some people don't know the story of Gus, but it's just so sad. And this is not a crime channel, but I like to sometimes keep you up to date with what's going on around Australia and especially the state. So I'm happy to play a couple of clips of news. It's speculation at the moment. Nothing is known. He just disappeared last Saturday. He was playing. Good morning, Janet. How are you, sweetheart? We got daylight saving here, and it's actually 1 o'clock in the morning, but it would be 12 in the morning, midnight. I had a bit of a nap because the pain got really bad after all that dancing I did, but that's okay. I've been in bed resting. But yeah, some of these stories are so sad. A lot of people are reporting on this story, but you know, I didn't want to speculate, but I've been into that area as well. Not that specific area, but South Australia is very remote Australia, and they have a 6,000 acre farm, and the little boy was playing in the sandpit, and the grandmother realized that he wasn't there. And yeah, the kid just probably went for a walk and just disappeared, but no one knows what happened. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, it's been a hard road with pain, but yeah, here we go.
To a developing story, and a search is unfolding right now for a 4-year-old boy who's gone missing in regional South Australia. Hannah Ford is following developments.
The little boy went missing from this homestead behind me. His name is August, known as Gus. He was last seen at 5 o'clock Saturday night. The alarm was raised after it's believed he wandered off from the family's homestead, which is near Yunta, more than 300 k's from Adelaide. Police say he has long blonde curly hair and was last seen wearing a long sleeve shirt with a minion on the front.
Yeah, I think it's suspicious. Welcome, sweetheart, Griffin, Jolly. I'm thinking of the wedge-tailed eagle, only because, you know, it's that season where birds are nesting and they get a bit rattled. And because I've been around there, I mean, there's no trace, not footprints, and that is suspicious, like you said. How can there be not footprints in the middle of nowhere in Australia? If they did find a footprint, but that could have been from any other day. Really, there's no clue, you know.
Grey sun hat. It's an incredibly remote part of the state. Yunta itself home to only 60 people.
Any parent of kids would just be feeling for this family at the moment, and we just wish them all the very best and keep our fingers crossed that a good outcome happens.
Police have used drones and an infrared helicopter and SES volunteers to search the area, but today their efforts are being ramped up with police divers set to focus on nearby dams and creeks. Of course, there is extreme concern for his welfare, temperatures getting down to about 7 degrees overnight. Emergency crews will continue their search across this rugged landscape today. They are not giving up hope.
Yeah, I've got a few clips. I mean, you know, it's pretty understandable that, you know, it's so sad. They just released the pictures yesterday, and
regardless of gender,
but you know,
anti-theft stick with a watch in your
it could
car
be
or
foul
pocket.
play, but
It can
yeah,
be very handy
I feel
in
bad
critical
for their
moments.
family. You know, a lot of people reporting and talking, but
Search
yeah.
for a missing 4-year-old boy who vanished from a remote outback station in South Australia. The first photograph of August Lamont was publicly released by the family yesterday. Live now to Hannah Ford in Yunta. Hannah, a goat herder is now supporting the ongoing effort.
That's right, Tash, and he knows this land like the back of his hand. He has worked here for decades and he knows the family too. He is hoping for a miracle like everybody else. Now, yesterday, the first photo of Gus was released by police, a heartbreaking image of an adventurous little boy with long blonde curly hair, big brown eyes. He was last seen playing here at this homestead on Saturday night when he vanished without a trace. This search is now entering a 7th day. There are 50 soldiers from the Australian Defence Force still here scouring this arid landscape, and SES and police crews are still here as well. They're closer to the homestead, lifting up every piece of tin, looking in old vehicles, checking every possible crevice, nook and cranny for a sign of little Gus, who hasn't been seen since Saturday. But what happens to this search from today, now that it's entered a 7th day, is unknown. We're expecting an update from police later today. Tash.
Hannah Ford, thank you.
So, I mean, they've been searched. The trucker that went out, especially Aboriginal Indigenous Australia, they know
a tiny footprint in the sand, the first sign of little Gus since he went missing on Saturday.
Yesterday we found a footprint which we've identified as a boot size similar to what Gus was wearing when he was last seen.
The loin print found about 500 metres north of the property near Yunta. It's an important clue in where to focus the search efforts of the 100 police, SES volunteers and community members working tirelessly to find the 4-year-old. With 40 police cadets coming in to boost foot patrols in the hope of finding more evidence.
We're looking for things like a hat or a boot or things like a 4-year-old would discard when he's getting hot and confused.
The footprint also led police to bring in a tracker with specialist knowledge of the area.
He's got a very good connection with the land here. He has worked in this property and he knows it quite well.
Major crime detectives also arrived on the scene, but authorities are still confident the 4-year-old wandered off into the bush.
There's no suggestion of anything suspicious, but they're just doing their due diligence.
Despite the discovery of the footprint, 5 days on from Gus's disappearance, police say the search effort has shifted to a recovery phase. They say they've spoken to his family to prepare them for every possible outcome.
Someone being without water, food and shelter. So we just prepared the family for the fact that we might not be able to find Gus alive.
The agonising wait for a heartbroken family as the frantic search continues. Bethany Alderson.
Yeah, no, they called off the search. And you know what bothers me? They're still searching for Desi Freeman. But, yeah, the cops know what they're doing. I mean, good morning, Thomas. How you going? Good to see you, sweetheart. Yeah, some sad developings here, but, yeah. This is the friend of the family that did a statement.
Our hearts are aching and we are holding on to hope that he will be found. I've been asked to read this statement on behalf of the family. We're devastated by the disappearance of our beloved Gus on Saturday afternoon. Come as a shock to our family and friends. And we're struggling to comprehend what has happened. Gus's absence is felt in all of us and we miss him more than words can express. Our hearts are aching and we are holding on to hope that he will be found and returned safely. We're incredibly grateful to the South Australian Police, the emergency services and the many organisations, community members and friends who have come together to help look for Gus.
It's so sad. A 4-year-old went missing over a week ago now, and there's no news at all from him. And now they called off the search. There was an update.
Plus protein. High protein, great taste. It's protein.
Oh, yeah. great taste. Good to see you guys. Just call it off. You know, I'm really not feeling well about it. That's why I wanted to do a live and see what you guys think. I mean,
3 minutes.
it's
You can also get up
devastating. There was
to
another.
approach. That vehicle didn't arrive at Glendambo in the states far north.
Oh, this is another missing person as well. Yeah.
And we actually believe, as part of our
But I want to show you about the
First Nations trackers that we used, we did actually find some footprints and some tracks that were able
Sorry.
consistent with these men who were driving at the time as well. We've dedicated consistent resources to trying to locate Benjamin around the vehicle. This has included pole-air foot searches. There was also some First Nations trackers that we used. We did actually find some footprints and some tracks that were able to be followed, but they did not result in us being able to identify or find Benjamin at this location. It's been an intensive search, which has also included.
I think Gus starts after this.
We have now scaled down this search. We talk about searches involving a time frame for survival when someone is likely to survive. We've taken advice from experts, as we always do in relation to that. We've reviewed the search that's been undertaken and satisfied we've done everything possible to try and locate Benjamin, but we have been unable to locate him within the search area. As it is only, I'd say only, but the terrain would make it much more difficult, 10 kilometres from the Stewart Highway. We are still seeking information.
This is it. That's it.
Available, just in case someone may have picked him up on the highway. We don't have anything that indicates that at this point in time, but we're leaving every option open. We're continuing to investigate these circumstances as we do, and in due course, it will be handled by the missing persons investigation section.
This is about Gus now.
If I now move on to the search for Gus.
Oh, so sad. Jeez.
So as we well know, Gus is a little 4-year-old, blonde, curly hair, smiling face young fella who has been missing from a farm property about 43 kilometres south of the township of Yunta since last Saturday, the 27th of September. The last time Gus was seen by family was approximately 5 p.m. That night, and when a family member came out later in the evening, about half an hour later, to call him back inside, they couldn't find him. He's been described as an adventurous child, shy, but he is also a pretty good walker. But he's never left the family property with any distance previously that we're aware of. As everyone would know, considerable police resources and searches have been undertaken for the last 7 days, throwing absolutely everything we can in an effort to try and locate Gus safely and safe and well and alive. From early Sunday morning, all the resources that were involved in the search to that time were rapidly increased. Clearly everyone understands the urgency of a situation with a missing person, but particularly a 4-year-old child. This commitment has been ongoing and unwavering since that time, and the search for Gus has probably been one of the largest, most intensive searches for a missing person conducted in South Australia in recent times. Like every member of the community who's following this very, very sad event, our people who've been on the ground, our volunteers, our police officers, Defence Force personnel and others, equally have been affected in some way or another by the fact that there's a missing 4-year-old child. You have to remember that people involved in this search are parents, family members, often with young siblings or young ones around. And so we all feel the pain and the heartache that's associated with a young child going missing. On Tuesday night, senior police spoke to Gus's family and prepared them for the possibility that we may not be able to find him alive. And this is based on scientific advice, professional advice that we get about how long it would be possible for a 4-year-old to survive in that terrain with the weather conditions and the clothing that he was wearing at the time. Whilst We've all been hoping for a miracle. That miracle was not eventuated. And in the last 48 hours, despite the professional advice, it being unlikely that Gus would have survived, we have maintained and in fact increased the effort to try and locate him and bring him back to his family. Unfortunately, at no point has there been any significant evidence that has enabled us to really focus in a direction for our search, give us any clues as to where he may have gone. We're confident that we've done absolutely everything we...
Sorry, I want to say, yeah, it's terrible. The property where he was, Gus and the family, they're sheep farmers, and the property is 6,000 acres, which is probably like 30 k's all around. It's huge. And he was playing in the sandpit, and he just went for a walkabout, and no one knows whether it was foul play or... There's no roads going in there. All the roads going in there, hang on, turn around. All the roads going into that property, yeah, it's huge. And all the roads leading there are like dirt roads that go into that property, and also there's no access from the road. There's 100 k's the nearest town. There's nothing. There's no traffic unless someone was... I mean, I've been to that area, remote Australia, and it's so remote you don't want to venture out on your own. You know, I doubt... it's so strange. People are speculating that it could be... I think, personally, either he fell on a creek or water, but they've searched. The Australian Defence Force has been searching, as well as police, volunteers, so many, and there's no trace at all, no footprints. They found one footprint, but that could have been there before, you know, from another day. There's nothing. The only thing I think is a wedge-tailed eagle. You can Google it. They're huge, these eagles, and they normally pick up lambs like nothing and take them. I think Gus would have been too big, but I don't like speculation. The family's devastated. That's why the friend did a talk, you know. But yeah, it's interesting, this police report.
To locate Gus within the search area. But despite our best efforts, we have not been able to locate him. And unfortunately, we are now having to scale back this search for Gus. We won't stop. We will continue to investigate and follow any lines of inquiry that we currently have. And in fact, we've been conducting concurrent activities in relation to ruling out or ruling in any possible option associated with Gus going missing. But everything that we have found to date, every piece of information and evidence that we have explored to date, indicates that, as best as we know, Gus has wandered off from this property, and we've not been able to locate him. We would like to thank absolutely everybody involved, who's been involved in the search, who's provided information, who's provided coverage in relation to Gus going missing. This is clearly now what appears to be a very tragic set of circumstances. We hold out hope that we may be able to find Gus and return him to his family, but clearly that potential is diminishing as days go by. We will now transition into an investigation focus. We will now continue to pursue ongoing lines of inquiry, and we will not rest until we can try and find the answer to why Gus has gone missing, and hopefully, like I said, for the family, return him to them. Thank you.
Will anyone stay on the property up at Yunta?
So, as we scale back our resources, no, there won't necessarily be a presence on the property. There will still be, obviously, liaison with the family as we continue to follow lines of inquiry and to do everything we can to make sure we've covered every single option in terms of what may have occurred at the property.
Without sort of suggesting anything, is there anything that authorities would have done differently in this search?
What I'm really proud of in terms of the way that this search has been conducted is the urgency with which we have responded to the reports that Gus was missing. The amount of people and assets that have been allocated to this search has been astronomical. On average, we've had no less than 50 people on the ground at the site searching for hours and hours on end during the day. Our searchers on foot have covered approximately 25 kilometres each and every day of this search for 7 days. I think it's in the order of something like 470 odd square metres that we've searched. Has been extensively searched. We've had people on motorbikes, all-terrain vehicles. We've had mounted operations, star group, divers checking water sources. There's been a whole range of assets and people who've been deeply invested in trying to find Gus, as the public would rightly expect of us. And as I said, we're very confident that with all the information available to us at this point, Gus has wandered away from the property and we have been unable to find him.
What's the best theory that you've got on what's happened to him?
The best theory at the moment is exactly that. The evidence that we have available to us is that Gus has wandered away from the property and somewhere onto the farm property, and we have not been able to locate him. I'm aware that there's a lot of speculation on social media and various theories that quite a number of people are espousing on social media. Can I just remind people that it is not helpful, it is not appropriate to speculate in these circumstances. If you were to put yourselves in the shoes of a family who would be clearly distraught about the loss of a small child, someone who's gone missing, it paints a little bit of a different picture and a perspective for people to take into account. And we understand that there are going to be keyboard detectives out there who have...
Well, g'day, Mary Harrison, and something to talk about broken justice. How are you, sweetheart? No, in what you said, Mary Harrison, we have pretty decent humans here. It's just that if there was an area where there were crocodiles tend to, how they... Good to see you, Mary Harrison. And how the crocs tend to take prey into the hole. Dingoes will leave a trace because they drag. There's no drag marks. And I thought the wedge-tailed eagle. I have a property up in northern Victoria, near the Little Desert National Park, and I saw an eagle and I just froze, when you see animals sometimes come in, like foxes, get chickens, and but we don't have really big animals here of prey. We don't have lions or, Yeah, it's just that we know that the wedge-tailed eagle picks up lambs, right? And then, yeah, look, Mary, You know when you watch the news, right, and you think, why they're calling off the search, but they're pretty good here, you know, like the coppers and the defence, and they had so many people searching. Where are you from, Mary, here? Because, you know, in Melbourne, we have a problem that they found the two hikers, the two ladies that passed away while they were in the mountain. They went hiking. They found them yesterday, deceased. And people go hiking and they go, you know, and they don't realize that the weather in the state, like even though we're in spring, they had snow on the weekend. It was freezing cold. So that change of temperature, if you're not prepared, they were in their 20s, the girls. And when, you know, you keep hearing updates about gas, and it relates to the state of, you know, South Australia is beautiful. It's so, so beautiful. All right. I haven't been to Western Australia. Griffin was here in the chat from Western Australia. And I don't know, I go camping all the time, and I've camped for months and months by rivers and stuff. There's snakes. There are mosquitoes, and you got the march flies that are a pain in the butt, and they hurt. I don't know, you know, that we don't have, unless Mary can tell me something else. I've been always out, you know, out and about. Some talk about broken justice. I'm from South America originally, so my English is a mixture. But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I started a new knitting, so I've been trying to keep. I had femur reconstruction surgery, so it's been a painful 2 days after 4.5 months. I was dancing on one of the lives the other day. I was doing salsa dancing with my high heels, and I think I stuffed it up. So they actually fast forward my appointment for the surgeon for November. And I wanted to do a live about gas, but people are speculating, and I don't like speculating, you know. I think that we gotta wait until we know the results of the search. Oh my God, this backdrop that I've got, it looks like I've got a halo in my head. It's good to see you, Mary. Yeah, it's pretty late, isn't it? How you going with the change of, you know, we got daylight saving in Australia. It's so bloody weird, because we, you know, I don't know. Some people like it, some don't. I don't particularly like it, but we do. We get to meet people. It's so good. Yes, I agree. I got a sleepy face. I had a nap for a couple of days. I've been trying to rest and nap, but yeah. So the fact that they stopped the search for gas, they have their reasons. But we have a guy here that allegedly unalived 2 police officers and went on the run, and he's still running, and they can't find him. And this is in high country Victoria, which I want to play a little bit for you about the hikers. We don't know what happened with Gus. We don't know anything that happened with Gus. Nothing. And it's so sad. Like, it's just emotionally, especially if you have a child, or if you, even if you don't, for a kid to go missing. Oh, thank you, Melmart. It's raining, you know. I can hear the rain trickling. Is so good. it's really refreshing, you know. So there's a lot of parents that went out to search as well. There were friends, the defence personnel from the Australian Defence Force, local truckers, and nothing. They haven't found him. There's no news at all about him being found, or, you know. So we gotta wait and see, you know, what they tell us. I can play a little bit for you some of the news that we had here.
The desperate search for a missing 4-year-old boy near Yunta is set to enter a 4th day. Little Gus Lamont was last seen playing in the front yard of his grandparents' property on Saturday night when he vanished without a trace.
A remote family sheep station, now the centre of a major police operation. 4-year-old Gus Lamont was last seen playing happily in the sand at the front of this homestead, now missing for several days.
This poor lad, just 4 years old and very close to the family, and so of course they're devastated. So we're working very closely with the family.
SES crews and police scouring the 60 square kilometre property near Yunta, frantically searching for signs of the little boy.
This is, probably one of the most terrifying circumstances that any parent or guardian can contemplate.
Last seen by his grandmother at 5 o'clock on Saturday night. Police say it's believed the quiet yet adventurous little boy just wandered off.
He normally just stays in the confines of this area, but as you know, who knows what goes through a 4-year-old's mind.
Today, more resources were brought in on the ground, police divers scouring the property's dams, while the police chopper used infrared technology to search from the air. Right now, emergency crews are focusing on a 3-kilometre radius from the homestead, but if nothing is found, they will expand the search further out.
I think every single parent across the state will have in their thoughts and their prayers the family of Gus.
Gus has curly blonde hair and was wearing a Minions t-shirt, a grey sun hat and boots. Police say there's nothing to suggest anything sinister has happened.
The only people that would travel on this road are station owners or people servicing those areas.
See how remote it is?
So there's nothing to suggest that at all.
But there are grave fears for the safety of little Gus, and time is running out. Hannah Ford, 7 News.
And let's go live now to Hannah at the search scene. Hannah, it will continue well into the night.
That's right, Rosanna. While the sunlight may be fading, the search will go on. The police helicopter will continue circling this property overnight using the infrared equipment. Police horses and sniffer dogs are on the scene as well, likely to be deployed again tomorrow. Divers too. While temperatures here often drop to freezing overnight, luckily it's mild at the moment, hovering at around 6 to 8 degrees. As every minute passes, concern for Gus grows, but police say they're remaining hopeful of a positive outcome.
Hungry.
It's crazy, isn't it? I don't want to see food ads. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Imagine, but, yeah.
Boost your energy levels. Try black.
It's good to see you guys. So you're going to Expanse. Wow.
Is high country overnight after locating 2 bodies in remote bushland. Live now to 9, Melbourne reporter Kiara Parker. Kiara, other hikers initially made the grim discovery.
Yeah, a grim discovery for them. These 2 women were found dead by fellow hikers at Nels near Falls Creek yesterday afternoon. It's understood they may have been in the area to camp. The women are believed to be aged in their 20s or 30s, but police say they're not aware of any missing person reports, so they're making this public appeal for information to try identify them. The area near Cleve Cole Hut is so remote it took police hours to get there and reach the bodies, and police had to camp there overnight due to the isolated location and the challenging conditions. It's expected the bodies will be removed from the scene today. There's no detail on how these two female hikers died, but their deaths are not being treated as suspicious. Maggie?
Kiara, thank you.
Yeah, so they went hiking and this is, you know, maybe not
Two
ready.
women have been found dead by hikers at ski fields in northeast Victoria. Police believe the pair may have been in the area to hide and camp. Kiara Parker has more.
No, we don't have those.
So, you know, it's... And these two went missing too, but they were ready.
There are serious concerns tonight for a couple who vanished while hiking in Victoria's rugged mountain country. Friends say they are worried for the safety of the couple after they failed to return from a bushwalk on Friday morning.
So people go missing, right? Hiking, and then all these services have to go looking for them. I mean, I've got nothing about hikers, but maybe study the terrain before you go out, you know. Yeah, this is where that Desi Freeman is. This is the same area where
combing through dense bushland for any sign of life. Husband and wife Trevor Salvado and Jacinta Bohan have spent 2 cold nights somewhere on Mount Buffalo in Victoria's Alpine region. They were supposed to meet up with friends for a long weekend camping trip, but they never made it.
We got up here on Friday night late because it was dark. We didn't know if they were in their tent or not.
The couple from Melbourne are experienced hikers. 60-year-old Trevor is an ex-pilot.
They like to get out and adventure out into the tracks here and that. They're usually very well prepared when they go out, so it's very out of character for them not to return though.
The couple was last seen at a caravan park on Cherry Lane in Bright around 9:30 on Friday morning. They took off towards Mount Buffalo and were expected to return just after midday. Their car, a fawn-coloured Skoda Yeti, was found yesterday near Reservoir Track on the mountain, but no sign of the couple.
Yeah,
around 50 people are now involved in the desperate search operation. It's no easy feat. The mountain is treacherous and unforgiving, with 90 kilometres of walking tracks. SES crews have set up roadblocks.
They've been missing for 48 hours. If you see them, can you please call 000?
Showing pictures to passing motorists. This is the only solid clue police have at the moment, the couple's abandoned car. They didn't tell anyone exactly where they'd be going hiking, so rescue crews are using this as a starting point and working their way out.
We know that they were hiking earlier this week and might have had a conversation with someone about some areas that they were looking at going to. If anyone knows any information about that, please let us know.
We're hopeful. Let's just say we're hopeful for a good outcome.
Sam Kuchiara, 9 News.
So they found him. They found the couple.
Your business with QuickBooks on.
And then they were fine. They had no worries because they were trained hikers. But you still get lost.
An Aberfeldy couple is back with their relieved family tonight after sparking a 5-day search at Mount Buffalo. Cindy Bohan and Trevor Salvado, who survived on muesli bars and berries, never lost hope they'd be found. Sam Kuchiara has the story.
Emerging from hospital exhausted but somehow alive to tell the tale.
We had a day-packed lunch, so we had quite a lot of snack bars and things like that, and today we ran out of everything.
We just were sensible, we kept calm, we kept rational.
Trevor Salvado and Cindy Bohan survived 5 days lost on the rugged Mount Buffalo, braving the elements and frosty conditions after losing their way while hiking on Friday morning.
The track disappeared, or we weren't good at spotting the track, and we think we followed an animal track.
As the hours ticked by, rescuers were losing hope, but the couple set up camp on a rock, confident help would eventually arrive.
We just knew if we stayed too much longer and they haven't found us, oh my God. So we thought, today we've got the energy, let's go.
I was at a house knocking on the door. It was when we walked out of the bush and found the track which we were aiming for. And then we thought, yep, we're home.
Just after 11 this morning, the couple was spotted by a busload of TAFE students around 9 kilometres away from where their abandoned car was found.
If it wasn't due to their knowledge and their skills out in the bush, they would have found it much more difficult, and they rationed their own food. And they did a really good job.
Their family and 3 children are full of praise for the hard-working men and women who stopped at nothing to bring Cindy and Trevor home.
Guys, thank you. I'm Cindy's sister. Thank you.
And one wrong turn won't be enough to stop them.
The outdoors are beautiful, and we won't do, hopefully, that again. That was just one of those random moments.
Sam Kuchiara, 9 News.
Yeah, they just get lost in Victoria, you know. This one too got lost in...
We begin tonight with a remarkable tale of survival on Sydney's doorstep. Macquarie Fields woman Marissa G has been found safe and well after going missing in Blue Mountains bushland 6 days ago. The 33-year-old was found dehydrated and with scratches after enduring both a heat wave and storms.
On a rock surrounded by bush, Marissa G appears dazed. But her rescuers are in no doubt this is a great escape. The Rural Fire Service chopper spotting her in the Blue Mountains late this afternoon, bringing an end to a week-long search.
She was safe and well with minimal injuries, scrapes and bruises from spending her time in the bush.
The 33-year-old from Macquarie Fields set out on a bushwalk last Friday, and she was reported missing the following day. Whilst out in the rugged Mount Wilson area, Marissa had endured first heatwave conditions and then a thunderstorm.
It is quite remarkable in relation to the conditions we've had.
She was airlifted out of the bush and taken to Nepean Hospital to be treated for dehydration. Back at the command post, her family and friends celebrating what must have felt like a miracle, hugging volunteers and police. During those 6 long days of searching, police came so close to Marissa.
We're confident that she may have come as close to 250 metres within searches, so we were in the right area all the time.
Her experience as a bushwalker was crucial, managing to access water sources that no doubt kept her alive. Tonight, she's in a stable condition. Damien Ryan, 9 News.
I'm in a stable condition at home, eh? Only something falls on my head. Oh, Australia is crazy. But it's... Look at that. I mean, you see the titles. It's just crazy. Hiking and hiking. A lot of tragedies in Victoria. But it's just so sad. It's so beautiful. You want to go out, you know. You want to... This happened today up the road from me.
Regardless of gender,
people use lithium batteries, you know. And my property off grid, I never wanted a lithium battery because they explode and there's no way of putting the fire out. So I use car batteries, normal deep cell batteries. I'll play this without sound. So yeah. I mean...
Good evening. 2 young children and their parents have been forced to flee their burning home in the middle of the night after a lithium battery explosion.
They'd been left on charge in the family's Eltham garage, sparking a blaze that spread to the kids' bedrooms and destroyed 4 cars.
Hellish flames consume a family home, where a couple and their 2 young children were forced to flee for their lives.
Fortunately, the family was all right. The first thing we were worried about was young kids. There were 3 loud booms, and I heard the sirens and came out. and just pandemonium in Henry Street here.
Last night, the Eltham home burned for 90 minutes.
In all my life, never seen this happen here.
Before 30 firefighters brought the blaze under control. It didn't take long to find the cause, lithium batteries that overloaded.
My wife and I were just talking about it and saying, well, where do we keep our batteries?
It's understood an e-scooter and power tools had been charging in the garage and caught fire. The inferno destroyed 4 cars before it quickly spread to the children's bedrooms. The family returned home this morning to salvage what was left, but the blaze has now prompted warnings from Fire Rescue Victoria about the dangers of lithium batteries. The advice is to avoid mixing and matching chargers. Unplug products when fully charged. Charge batteries in a cool, dry place and away from combustible materials like beds, lounges or carpet. Check batteries for signs of overheating, and if so, immediately stop using them.
Yeah, it makes you think, what's your escape plan? What is your plan, when something like this happens?
Jordan Quinn, 7 News.
Yeah, no, that'll freak me the hell out. No. No, it's terrible. And these two got bogged in Victoria.
A man and woman are safe after spending the night stranded in their four-wheel drive in the Grampians. Eliza Rugg is at Hall's Gap tonight. Eliza, how are they now?
Well, Alicia, Arthur from Murrumbina and his partner, they're both in pretty good spirits considering last night's ordeal. The couple set out from Melbourne on Friday, heading to the Grampians for a four-wheel drive trip. But their family members raised the alarm when the couple didn't return home on Sunday. It turns out their four-wheel drive had got bogged on an isolated dirt track around 30 kilometres from Halls Gap, where we are now. The couple slept in their car overnight. This morning, the police air wing was sent up, the SES sent out to search for them. They managed to walk about 12 kilometres, so then they could get phone reception, call 000, tell officers where they were, and then met officers on a dirt track out there. They're both physically fine.
A lot of things went through your mind, kangaroos, this, that, the other. But overall, it was just stay in the car, be safe.
Arthur and his partner are now headed back to the dirt track with police to retrieve their four-wheel drive. Alicia, they say they'll be better prepared for their trip next time.
Absolutely. Okay, Eliza, thank.
Isn't it crazy? Lithium is terrible. I mean, batteries, you got to be careful, with batteries, but...
What about Mad Max?
Can I make you a sandwich? Oh, look at this commercial. Gosh. I don't get it.
Hello, Bob. Up a chuck of the sandwich.
A man has died after falling down a steep ravine along one of Adelaide's most popular walking trails at Morialta Conservation Park.
Witnesses telling 9 News the victim had climbed over a barrier to pick up a bottle before the frightening fall. Police are to...
Yeah. Some people that got, oh, okay, sweetheart, thanks for stopping by. Something to talk about broken justice. You have a wonderful Sunday. It's Monday here. Well, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, daylight saving. And sometimes, I like to do lives with news. Some funny news and some not so funny. But it makes you wonder, how people just go out and think, thanks for stopping by. Some people think, oh, buy a car, I've got a four-wheel drive, I'm going to go up the mountains and I'm going to go and see the kangaroos. But they have no idea, sometimes of the year, or you might have a freak storm and the roads become so muddy and you get bogged. And I had to take a couple of people that got bogged near my property up north. I winched them. I said, why would you do a U-turn? The whole state is full of water. And she went remote remote areas. There's no one going past those roads. Only me, because I'd sometimes go for a drive, you know. But I wouldn't even venture out on my own. It's crazy. But some people go, check this out, right? He goes on the walking trail, right?
Investigating the tragedy.
And he falls anyway.
At the base of one of Adelaide's most popular hiking trails, emergency services swarmed the scene.
We came past one of the lookouts, and as we were walking past, we saw CFS crews down there, and then we saw a bunch of fire trucks and police vehicles.
A man falling down a steep ravine near Deepview Lookout at Morialta National Park just before 12:30 this afternoon. Police say the man died at the scene.
I hope their family's okay, because that would be devastating.
Witnesses who first raised the alarm say the man had been trekking with a woman who approached them after the horrific incident, calling for help.
She said that she just met with this man in class, and she just, for the first time, went out with him, and this thing happened.
The woman claiming the man climbed over a barrier along the walking trail to pick up this littered plastic bottle before he fell.
She said, her friend doesn't like littering, and then because he saw a water bottle over the fence, so he tried to go over the fence, and right after that he fell down.
Hundreds of hikers were turned around as emergency crews worked to locate the man in dense bushland.
There seems to be heaps of like rescue cars and ambulances.
The conservation park was closed for several hours while emergency crews carried out a complex and challenging retrieval operation in difficult terrain. Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the man's death. Samantha Hogan.
I mean, the circumstances is that he saw a bottle, doesn't like littering, and went to get the bottle, and he fell off the mountain, and didn't even get the bottle, and off he went, and that's it, finished. You know, there's all these hiker missing, hiker missing. You know, it's crazy. You know what I think it is? Common sense. I mean, where is the common sense? Common sense in so many things, right? They say live and learn. Accidents happen. I mean, you know, you're not going to stay home so nothing happen. You got to go out and enjoy life, you know. But I don't know, you know, I think that it's just the 30-year-old who went hiking, she was pretty good hiking. And she had knowledge how to get water. Australia is a big, big continent. It's very big places. You saw where Gus went missing. It's 6,000 square, you know, acres. And the 4-year-old went for a walk and disappeared. Could have fallen and they can't find him. And then hikers go out and get lost all the time. The 2 hikers that passed away, the 2 girls yesterday in Victoria as well. And that's why this guy, Desi Freeman, that is running around the mountains, they can't find him. I don't think they'll ever find him. But it's very, very, you know, difficult if you don't know the area. But, yeah, knowing your limits. People push and go up the mountains. Like I said, we don't really have predators in Australia, apart from humans. You got snakes, but the snakes, you know, they bugger off. They're not going to stick around. If you make a noise, the snake will leave. But where Gus went missing, the snakes, the red bellies, they see you and they wait for you. They wait for you to go past and strike you. No, they're crazy. But yeah, it's just, I don't know if you know that Erin Patterson's birthday was the other day. She was in jail spending her birthday. Dingoes, yeah. I mean, dingoes work in parks. I used to have a dingo dog. I had him for years, very smart. But out in the wild, if the dingoes are hungry, you know, that's what happened to the, you know, the dingo story about the dingo took my baby, Linda Chamberlain. She was camping with other people and the dingo took the baby. And no one believed that she was in jail, you know. There will be traces. If a dingo pack will grab a 4-year-old, there will be traces. There was no trace. There was nothing. There was no... Okay, so the terrain is like loose dirt, it's red dirt, so you see everything. Every morning I used to, in my shed, it was all sand, and every time I wake up, I'll check the traffic at night, whether sometimes you see the footprints and the tail. It would have been a big goanna that went past the property, or birds, kangaroos, you know, you check and see, but when it's a child, you see footprints everywhere. There'll be a lot of footprints. So, oh, Ivan Milat, gosh, that was shocking, wasn't it? Shocking. But yeah, I look at Victoria, the state where I'm in, and sometimes I show you guys things from the neighbour state or something, but there's some weird people, right? I'm gonna show you a funny story because this one it's sad, you know, the gas story. That's why we need to mix it up. I mean, we all watch crimes, but sorry, this might have a commercial, so yeah. So sometimes you need a break, you know. I haven't been watching sad stories, and the gas story was so horrible. You like this one?
Workers in at least 7 beauty salons are terrified of a serial pest with a bizarre obsession. Michael bombards the salons with phone calls about eyelash treatments, asking strange questions and making weird requests. What's worse, he repeatedly turns up unannounced. So we turned the tables.
Michael, you're a serial lash pest. He's the lover of lashes.
Lashes? Yeah, what kind? What were you going to say? Russian volume?
Yeah.
Obsession, for sure.
Don't touch the camera. Who loves lashing out.
He's not really wanting to have treatments. It's more like he wants access to you.
Michael Rinaldi.
Are you getting one here or?
Serial lash pest by day, poker champ by night.
Right off the bat, he was leaning over our front desk, putting his hands towards our computer.
Loudly calling my name, trying to find me.
Why are you so obsessed with lashes? Even in the world of beauty, things can get a little hairy when Michael Rinaldi's around.
We started getting repeated visits from a man coming in demanding our biggest, most glamorous lash set.
Mid last year, Michael dropped into this lash envy store in Moonee Ponds, Melbourne.
How busy are you?
His repeated visits and bizarre questions raising eyebrows.
We treated him like anyone else and offered him the appointment, but there were a few red flags that made us just question his intentions.
Lash Envy store manager McKenna.
Questions about wearing heels, some weird makeup questions. But there's no booking on the system.
What began as a seemingly innocent visit by Michael became a frightening obsession with lashes. Yes, lashes.
asking about private rooms, when we were finishing, and just some other really bizarre questions. After that in-person encounter, the calls and text message became incessant.
All 5 Lash Envy stores have been targeted.
Sometimes calling us 20 times a day.
Can you please call me? I need this done, please. Yeah, can you please call me? You can't flag me, please.
Fed up, McKenna went public with this social media video. What ensued? An avalanche of comments from other beauticians.
It seems this man has been doing this all over Melbourne. Every single lash salon that has written back to us saying that he has gone in person, harassed staff.
All say they blink.
You would just see like an eye, a blue eye.
And Michael's there.
You'd just be like, oh my God.
How long has he been harassing you?
Better part of 10 years now.
10 years?
Yep, on and off.
Nissa from Ersk Medispa in Melbourne is trained in martial arts, but she says Michael's left her so terrified she's had to fortify her store.
We've modified our shop now, so we're now a locked clinic. Our clients get sent a code before they come so they can let themselves in. He was asking questions like, are our rooms private? Are we going to be alone? Am I working alone?
Michael's peculiar presence has left a trail of fear at Eye Candy Lashes too.
If you keep calling our salon...
No.
Oh, it's not you? Because I think there's someone that just keeps on calling and calling
No, it's not
and
me.
wanting to get an appointment.
Staff there recently confronted him.
Because I think some of the girls getting a little bit afraid.
Oh, nah, definitely not me. I'm not from Melbourne, that's why. I'm coming to the States, wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all right.
By this point, you might be asking yourself, why is Michael doing this? It's a good question we're not sure we can answer. What we can tell you, though, is that we've obtained Michael's criminal history. And boy, is it prickly.
Assault, theft, burglary, and in June this year, a $1,000 fine for 6 counts of using a carriage service to harass. In other words, using a phone or the internet to menace. During that court hearing, Michael was put on a bond, meaning he must be of good behaviour for a year, or he could be hauled back for a lashing from the magistrate.
You can't flag me from the system because I booked it so I'll see you Friday for that appointment cash.
We found at least 5 numbers Michael uses to call salons. One of them, a landline we tracked to this home.
Hello?
No one answered, so we called that landline. And guess who picked up?
We've heard about a man going into lash salons in Melbourne.
No, mate.
Do you know anything about that?
No, wrong person, mate. Sorry.
Bizarrely, Michael emerged to dump a bag down a storm drain outside his home. Time to catch up with him.
Michael?
Michael turns on us.
Hey, Michael, don't touch the camera.
Showering me in soft drink and kicking our cameraman.
Hey. The cops are on the way.
Perhaps he should have called the police, who told us they're investigating his behaviour.
Michael, when will you stop terrorising these salons? They don't want you in there, Michael.
You need to take the footage off now.
After McKenna went public online, a man with striking similarity to Michael paid her shop a visit a fortnight ago, plastering this threat on the door. You need remove post or damages coming your way. Signed, Michael Rinaldi.
Where are you going? You should take my coat with you and take it to the dry cleaners.
Michael tries to stop us leaving, demanding we wipe the tape.
A woman's gut instinct is usually right.
These women say more must be done to pluck him out for good.
We don't know what he's capable of. He's obviously doing this to a lot of places.
Do one of us need to be physically injured, assaulted, or to die before something is actually done?
And can you believe that he's been doing this for 10 years? If you've had a run-in with Michael, please let us know.
No, I don't get my eyebrows done. No way. No. So, Johnny, you're going to work. Yeah, 10 years terrorizing them. The cops here don't do much, you know. This poor woman, oh my God. Some of Australians' news that I want to share with you guys, so you sometimes...
Anaconda's Payless School Holiday Sale is on now!
Shit, sorry. I love this shop. I go there. I'm a member. Anaconda.
Pay less so you can play more at
Anaconda.
Behind bars back in December after being caught at Tokyo Airport with...
Oh, this is a scammer, right? This poor woman.
Well, there's been some devastating news for a Perth grandmother today losing her appeal on a drug smuggling conviction in Japan. Donna Nelson was sentenced to 6 years behind bars back in December after being caught at Tokyo Airport with 2 kilograms of methamphetamine in her luggage. The 59-year-old had always maintained she was a victim of an online love scam. And we're joined now by one of Donna's 5 daughters, Crystal Hilaire, who flew to Tokyo for her mum's appeal. And Crystal, I can't say how sorry I am for the family. I've seen all the evidence in this case and it's clear your mum was scammed. This is not the outcome I'm sure you were hoping for. How hard does it hit you and the other family members who are there?
I guess I'm still feeling a bit numb by it all. And I haven't really had a moment to even process the gravity of the outcome. I know the younger ones are pretty devastated. And yeah, it's just a big shock because we really thought that we'd be planning to bring mum home with us.
Crystal, on that, what reasoning did the judge give to knock back your mum's appeal?
To be honest, I sort of zoned out for a lot of it. I was just in disbelief that that was even the outcome. It seems it was no real different to what happened back in December, where they acknowledged that she was the victim of a romance scam, but basically she didn't really address red flags that were there.
Yeah, it seems like it was very much the case, the same as the last one, which seems unusual to me because by looking through all of those messages, it was very clear that your mum's future husband that she thought she was going over to meet had set this up for over a period of 2 years, the luggage, the whole thing. Why is it that the court couldn't see that?
It's really hard because I really thought that if you're an innocent victim and you have no intention of doing the wrong thing, I really thought that had some meaning to it. But yeah, I guess I'm really shocked that the sentence hasn't really, the outcome of what happened in December is still the same outcome today.
Crystal, is there anything else that you can do? Are there any other legal avenues left?
Mum can appeal again, in which it would then go to the Supreme Court. So there is that option there. And legally, I guess that's the only other option she has other than just accepting the sentence that has been handed down.
And Crystal, you went to Japan early so you could see your mum. How is she, and do you think she's in any way will be prepared for this?
Well, I forfeited being able to visit her myself because you're only allowed to have 3 adults visit her at a time. So I let the younger siblings and grandchildren go see her because I think that's probably what she was really needing in the time. I plan to go see her tomorrow, see where her mind is at and try and help give her a confidence boost, I guess.
Well, Crystal, we're both really sorry to hear the outcome today, and please, when you see your mum, please pass on my best to her as well.
I will. Thank you both, Amelia and Denham.
Yeah, isn't that insane? So apparently he packed her bags or something. They could have met. Oh, I don't know. It's just very, very strange story, you know, about the Perth grandma. Imagine getting scammed like that. And then do jail. Like, I think the jail term is 6 years or something. It's just crazy. And then I was talking about my my internet provider, because we have no reception sometimes, and the phone reception is horrible as well. And the funny thing is, there are towns where you have no reception at all. And there's, you know, you wonder, in the first world country, why isn't there any reception for your phones? But yeah, there's a few towns where they have zero reception.
Could be buying instead.
It's
dodgy phone reception. All they want is a reliable tower. Why is that so hard?
We've had the pub with no beer. What about the suburb with no bars?
Hello?
When the people in these parts look at their phone, they need a drink.
What a bloody joke.
So just so I'm clear,
Yeah.
no bars,
Yeah.
2 bars.
2 bars.
I almost have to walk outside of the street and then I'm able to potentially make a call.
At home, they can't make a call, they can't take a call, they can't even text.
I've tried switching to Vodafone, I've tried switching to Telstra. Yeah, but
You've tried them all.
I've tried them all, yeah.
Welcome to the ponds, where the centrepiece has real purpose. Father of
I got more reception out in the bush where I am up there than here.
2 Armit has thought about throwing his phone in the drink.
How far are you from the CBD?
30-35 kilometres, not too far.
This suburb of Sydney might as well be in the Bermuda Triangle.
So what would happen if I called you right now?
No G at all. No.
Well, let's do it. We're 2 metres apart.
Let's try. Not bad. Voice message tomorrow.
Hey, Armit, I'm sitting right in front of you. Give me a call back when you get this in 10 days' time.
Imagine trying to work from home. Armit's in IT.
Just want to use my phone.
The nearest phone tower is 7 kilometres away. Those mobiles work fine here, also here. In fact, all around, even at the nearby prison. But in the ponds, they can't even tweet.
Is this place called the Ponds or is it the Moon?
It's called the Ponds, but feel like we are on the moon, you know.
We met Venugopal in the middle of the road.
Like everybody's like walking and talking. So walk and talk, that's the funda that they apply here.
Gives new meaning to walkie-talkie, I guess.
Walkie-talkie, yeah.
But there's a serious side to this seemingly simple problem.
If I have an emergency and I want to make a call from my room, it's going to be really hard.
Residents expect that when they move into a suburb, they're going to have certain facilities.
So how many residents?
Local MP Michelle Rowland says there's no bigger issue.
We know that the carriers want this to happen. We know that the council wants this to happen. But we need the government to approve at least one new tower in this area.
It's absolutely disgusting.
Adam Mercer got sick of waiting. After 4 years of no reception, he installed his own tower.
How much did you pay just to be able to use your phone in your home?
$1,500.
Now he can call and complain, but his calls have fallen on deaf ears.
Sign the paperwork, fix it now, or we'll see you at the next election.
Please put a tower.
That's terrible. I mean, definitely it's not good enough.
Well, since we got involved, the New South Wales government has approved a new phone tower. I guess it's better late than never.
Yeah, there's a lot of people without reception. And this one's stuck in time. But it's very important to have reception if you want to call emergency services, you know. Some of the Australian commercials are so funny. But yeah, people want to call for an ambulance and you're stuck.
You go to Africa, there's coverage everywhere.
Sorry, I think this started. I don't know why it's that.
Now the town where locals say pigeons would be more reliable than telcos. For decades, they've been battling dodgy phone reception and they've had enough.
Meet the locals of Coalcliff, who say their picturesque village has its dangers and they need reception now.
There's no mobile reception, it's just a nightmare. You know, we'd almost need pigeons again to get in touch with people.
You go to Africa, there's coverage everywhere. You go to the Amazon, there's coverage everywhere.
Coalcliff has lost a lot of things over the cliff, and certainly mobile reception is the big one.
Philip Comans and Sean Linkson have lived here for 2 decades and say when it comes to improvements in mobile reception, time has stood still in the town just an hour south of Sydney.
I mean, honestly, when we first came down here as a holiday home, I thought being off the grid is wonderful. But you soon realise you can't work like that. Oh, it's hopeless. There's no data.
Desperate to connect to the outside world, the couple says it forked out for a Telstra booster that broke down after 2 years and had to be replaced.
So we've spent $2,400 to have a signal which is bouncing off the cliff line and coming to us, which still drops out.
But there are bigger problems. When Philip and Sean saw an elderly fisherman swept off the rocks and injured once, they couldn't call for help.
We discovered that he'd broken his femur. The top of his leg was just bent at a horrible angle. So he's in a really serious condition. I had my phone, but I couldn't call Philip up here or anyone. In fact, couldn't even dial 000 to help this guy.
It was made much harder by the fact that we couldn't use mobile phones to communicate. Sean couldn't tell me how bad he was.
What was wrong?
The ambulance officers who came also couldn't correspond with anybody because they couldn't get onto anyone. So it's and that's just one example. There's been so many.
Around the corner at the start of the Seacliff Bridge is a lifeline sign with a number to call, but you can't.
If you tried to ring the number from there, just outside the front of our house, there's no coverage. So if you were somebody in extreme crisis, that might be the last straw. I mean, it's horrible.
Pat Goodchild says it's not unusual to have to leave his home to make a call.
We do have to make a call. We go for a walk across the bridge to make a phone call and walk back home, but we shouldn't have to leave our house to make a phone call.
Residents say there are only a handful of ways you can make reliable calls here in Coalcliff, and this is one of them. Yes, that's right, it's not the 90s, and this is a Telstra phone box that this community still desperately needs.
It's more than annoying because you would think at this day and age that something as basic as the phone service would be a gimme.
Bronwyn Balderston says tourists on a day trip get caught out too.
Well, tourists do get lost. I know neighbours up here get people knocking on doors to call in because they don't know where the toilets are or where there's no shops in this little area.
So the whole area has a lot more people coming into the area now than it ever used to, using our beautiful rock pools, using our beaches, and they've got no coverage. Most of us, 80% of us, are with Telstra because that's the only carrier that has any coverage around here. Optus and Vodafone have none, zero.
The telcos say the geography and terrain impacts mobile coverage in the area.
Mobile signals don't go through hills and they don't go over hills.
Telstra spokesperson Chris Taylor says the lack of reception isn't from a lack of trying to install a tower.
We looked for nearly 12 months to try and find a suitable location. We were unable to gain agreement from any landholders, either public or private, and for that reason we've been unable to build a site and we've had to return that particular location under the Mobile Black Spot program.
Can't believe it. In this day and age, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
And you can read statements from the council and the telcos on our website.
You know, it's crazy. You know? Neighbours, Bermuda Triangle, no reception, no reception, no reception. This one is very expensive. Actually, in the bush where I am, I have Telstra, which is the massive company, but very expensive. It's been in Australia forever. And Optus, another carrier, they're pretty good too, you know.
These days, we all live and work on our phones, but if you can't make a call, receive a call, or send a text message, how do you function? And what exactly are you paying your provider for? Well, that's exactly what this community is asking.
No service sucks! No service sucks! No service sucks!
So how do you think you're being treated by these phone companies?
Neglected, forgotten. I would put in the too hard a basket.
This is a matter of life and death.
Everybody else is doing this. I don't know what it does. My phone isn't working. What is this, the Bermuda Triangle of communications? Come on, telcos, you can do better than this. Seriously.
Yeah.
They can't make a call. They can't take a call. They can't text or email. Down here in Somerville, Black Holeville, they can't take a trick, no matter how smart their smartphones are.
So how much do you pay Telstra per month?
About $4.55 a month.
And that includes the kids' phones?
That includes, yes, the kids' phones, the landline, the internet.
Jane runs the local caravan park. Most of the residents are elderly with compromised health. Their phones are their lifelines.
What is it like to live with no mobile telephone? No reception?
Well, it's scary because I had to make an emergency phone call for my husband who was having a heart attack, and I literally had to leave him and go out into the street to ring the ambulance.
How frustrating is it?
Oh, it's terribly. Make me emotional because it was so hard.
Jane feels responsible for her 40 residents, not to mention her own family.
To see your family and watch your business in this way, and all I need is help. And I have gone to so many areas asking for help, and nobody can help us.
Just down the road, the famous wineries of the Mornington Peninsula. They've got reception. Just around the corner in nearby towns, they've got reception. Just down the road is the Seagull Flies. They've got reception. But hearing reception in Jane's caravan park.
If a man can talk to another man on the moon, surely I should be able to get reception here.
Can you see this costing someone their life here?
Yes, and it has. About a month ago, a resident was giving another resident CPR. Another resident was out the front of the dwelling on the phone to 000 getting assistance, and he had to go in to relay messages to the gentleman doing CPR, and the phone kept cutting out.
What happened?
She was deceased.
She died?
In the caravan park, around the caravan park, and in parts of town, reception is either non-existent, problematic, or unreliable. And it's not just mobile phones. The internet, say the locals, either doesn't work or does work at the speed of a sloth.
I've called Telstra Ombudsman. I've had them out here, especially with homeschooling, Zoom classes, parent-teacher interviews. I could not do any of that.
It's not just Telstra.
Aussie Broadband, who piggyback off Optus. My husband's phone has absolutely no reception.
I'm with Optus, both in NBN and on the mobile.
Paying for your plan is expensive enough. Then there's the add-ons, just to get the service you're already paying for.
I've bought new adapters, I've bought new boosters, I've spent an awful lot of money. I've even offered, actually, to pay for them to come and see my cable and check it. They won't.
Have you asked Telstra about this?
Yes.
And what have they said? What's the reason?
The reason is we have got in this area old copper cabling, and the copper is breaking down.
The more locals you talk to, the more horror stories you hear. Renee Sexton is with Telstra.
Our daughter has anaphylactic allergies, and last year we've had to call an ambulance twice for her. And now I'm going to... But luckily on those occasions my husband was home, and so we used to be able to get reception out in the middle of the street, and he would run out into the street to call the ambulance.
I've still got no reception.
Hi, Marty, I'm just going to make a phone call.
You're driving off, are you?
Yes, I have to drive until I get reception.
Oh, okay. Good luck. What would you say to Telstra about this?
We need help.
We rang Telstra from the office. Their reaction?
The best solution is a new mobile base station built close to the caravan park, but at this stage there are no current plans in the near future to do so. In the interim, for residents that have access to an NBN service, we encourage the use of Wi-Fi calling, a free setting on most popular phones that enables people to make and receive mobile calls using Wi-Fi.
Rang Optus too.
Optus is committed to keeping our customers connected. We apologise for any inconvenience this has caused our customers. We recognise the need for increased network coverage in the area and have therefore planned to build a new site at the Somerville Shopping Centre, due for completion within the next 12 months.
I've got 40 permanent residents that live here and I have a duty of care. I cannot get outside help in an emergency for those people.
Crazy.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, people put their own towers. You know, this guy just put his own tower.
Price boost activated.
So long they don't show food with the commercials, I'm happy. Some are so funny. But yeah, imagine having no reception when you really need, like, I get hospitals.
Dodgy phone reception. All they want is a reliable tower. Why is that so hard?
That was
We've
3
had
years
the
ago,
pub
this
with
one.
no beer. What about the suburb with...
It's the same, you know, very difficult. These ones have trains put close to them. This is a story that is developing, but it's very difficult. Some are so sad. That's why I mix it up, because you know how we were talking about squatters and people squatting. This was a cop, and she started taking people. No reception. Shocking. I was talking with, remember, Caroline said she had trouble with a neighbor. Because a neighbor was
The event.
so rude to her, Carolina Hurtado. And I said there was a few bits and pieces about
all win the neighbour lottery. This disagreement about a fence has turned into an almighty feud.
It's the fence dispute between neighbours that's turned toxic.
I was screaming for help when I went out there. I was like, because I did not think that he would be doing this.
I don't know. Sorry, I don't know. Oh, my neighbors are beautiful, but did you see the video that I posted? That my mate Ray came to help me mow all the garden. It looks beautiful. And you can see how close my neighbors are to me. Like, they actually, the kitchen window overlooks my backyard. So every time I'm out there, you don't know, because they're always, you know, with a curtain.
On one side, armed with her iPhone, Rochelle Serpeth.
And I'm putting my hands in between, like, to make him stop, and he just would not stop. He's cut my fingers. He didn't care. He did not stop.
Stop it!
On the other side, plumber Mitch McKee determined to get rid of the fence to build a new one.
It could be racist.
You're damaging our property. You're damaging our property.
My property.
You are damaging our property. What's attached to the fence? Stop it.
We just wanted to ask you a couple of questions about your neighbours, mate.
Still working, mate, sorry.
Well, this won't take long. Can you explain to us why you've behaved to your neighbours the way you have?
It's still working.
It's disgusting, and I don't understand how anybody can get away with this sort of behaviour.
Stop. Stop. You're in our yard. Get out. Out of our yard, please.
Living with Rochelle is her mum, Rennie, who says Mitch constantly abuses them.
Every time you go out, he's always swearing or saying something.
So he's not very neighbourly?
No, definitely not. We didn't deserve someone like him so close to us.
Look at what you've done to my hands.
Mate, I've got a witness here. You're hanging on.
I don't want you to take my fence down.
They say you're terrorising them, abusing them, threatening them.
Terrorising? We're just building a new fence. How's that terrorising?
Well, we've seen some of the videos, mate.
Yeah.
The way you talk to them is pretty inappropriate.
Well, mate.
Mitchell McKee, please get off my property.
Oh, go make me a coffee.
Please get off my property.
Go make me a coffee.
Honestly,
make
I
me
just
a
think
coffee,
that
he said.
he's trying to
Unbelievable.
get his own way. And when he doesn't get his own way, then he just wants to make life really difficult for everybody else.
But they said they didn't want you to build the fence. They say you've torn down the original fence. You've put that on their side of the property.
Come and through. This is the original.
We've got a dog too, so you gotta keep
You
the
think
dog.
that's going to keep the dog in?
Well, they say it has kept the dog in, mate.
Can you please leave my property? Because we're still working. I've got workers coming in.
Bizarrely, when Mitch first moved in 5 years ago, Rochelle says he built this wooden fence in front of the chain wire fence that was already there. Then he took the fence down. Rochelle says when she got her dog Bella, the council told her to put up this bamboo fence to make sure Bella couldn't escape, which she did. Now Mitch wants to build another fence.
If you're going to act like that, go through the right processes.
Just think that you're high and mighty, queen of the street.
Again,
Just replace the fence. You don't have to pay for it.
This truce only brought about when neighbours hearing Rochelle scream call police. 5 officers arrive but decide they can't do anything.
The police are saying it's a civil dispute. I showed them the cuts on my fingers from trying to prevent him from cutting down my fence, and they said if I've put my fingers in the way of his tools doing their job, then that's not assault.
why aren't you doing something now?
I don't know about this chick, you know. I'm a bit on the fence with this one. On the fence, not pump, man. But if the guy's got a chainsaw, why would you put your hand there? And I mean, they got that little tiny fence, and she puts a bamboo fence. He might, I don't know. Oh gosh.
It's because you've got more witnesses than just me and my mum. Hey,
Hit me, you stupid.
I pushed you away from the fence, but
On the top of the head, and if I shut up and whack you like you hit me, you'd be crying.
Imagine they get married, because that's how it starts, isn't it? And then they get married and they fall in love.
Is that the way you normally treat women, Mitch? When police leave, Mitch gets back to work and in the process takes a swing at Rochelle's dog Bella with a hammer.
you've knocked down my fence, buddy. Bella.
That's what I'm talking about.
Sorry. That's funny, you know. But anyway. I think so too. Oh my God, right? Oh, Jesus. He was a piece of work. Some funny stories. Oh, sometimes I start laughing. That's what I mean, you know, some sad news, and then you got weird news, and then you got all kinds of news. I don't watch TV, but there's always some crazy neighbors. It is crazy. Yeah, there's too much sad stories, you know. And scamming is crazy. All these scammers. Anyway, my darlings. Well, I hope you got a great Sunday. Thanks for tuning in. I thought that would inspire you a little bit for your day. A little bit of different news. Don't use lithium batteries. Oh, beautiful. And if you go hiking, just be careful. Don't get lost. I'm gonna try and sleep. We're gonna wake up to a Monday. So we had 26 Celsius and tomorrow is 14 Celsius. I should change glasses for the end. That's better. I want to do my hair, but financially it's been very difficult. I had to buy medication, I had to buy food, I gotta take the dog to the vet. Hey, Yossi Chica, what are you doing up? G'day, g'day. Yeah, I was, been on for about an hour and a half. Oh, you went to the pub. Sunday beers. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I was sharing a little bit about Gus, you know, the boy that went missing, the 4-year-old in South Australia. And I'm not speculating. Yeah. Oh, yeah, good, good, good. And then, yeah, we had a bit of news of people that have zero reception. Hikers getting lost. Did you see the 2 hikers that they found, the 2 girls in Falls Creek in Victoria? People got hiking and it might have been freezing and then they froze. I got my Justice League top. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, I rested because I was dancing the other day and then I had a nap today. Unwanted. I was looking, no walk. After my dance, Justice League. I actually, I was in a lot of pain yesterday and, you know, it's been 4.5 months. I was doing a bit of dancing, salsa, and then was okay, and then it wasn't okay. But yeah, 17th of November, they sent me a letter from the hospital. My good mate, Ray, he's a sweetheart. The guy mowing my lawn. Actually, I'm friends with his mother because we spin wool. And he, when I got really sick, I'm friends with his sister as well. She lives in Adelaide. And they said if Gracie needs any help with anything, the garden or anything. Yeah, so for the past 1.5 years, he's been a really good friend, you know. That's his business. He mows lawns. But yeah, he did a good job. And I'm watching him work. This is my therapy. I'm knitting for a 3-year-old. Yes, I want to go swimming. But the leg doesn't feel right. It feels like my blood work didn't come back good either. Like it was good, but the alkaline phosphate is really high, look, 137. And the cut is 110. It's been rising 112. And then also my phosphate is high, my iron is low. So yeah, I think the surgeon decided to see me earlier, you know. Thank you, Melmark. It's for a 3-year-old and he's from Argentina, the mummies. So I thought I'll knit with the colors. Look, if it doesn't turn out to be a good poncho, he can use it as a blanket, you know. Oh, really? Which Aussie chat? I don't know many Australian YouTubers apart from you. And there's another great YouTuber called Nights with Ping. He's great. But he goes live when I go to sleep in the afternoon, like 2 o'clock I have a nap. Yeah, it's bad. Some channels are very Oh, did you see it? Hang on, I'll grab it. You know, ended up being... I can knit for you. I got a lot of wool. I got a knit for a guy in Kenya. Oh, let me get up. My poor pillow. I love colours. You can see all the colours. So that's the poncho that I needed. But the cat got into it. And then I did this one. It's good. If I don't knock the phone over. This one here, I joined the ends. And then you put it on, and then you like the colors? The wool is from Timu, and I thought it's soft, you know. They do have it with browns, I think, browns and ochre colors. Have a look in Timu wool, and they come like that. Lincraft is, if I go to Lincraft, there's an actual shop in Oakley. It's wool, but it's so expensive. This one was cheap enough to buy big, you know, a few bags, and don't have to spend $1 million on wool. You can pay up to $25 per ball, $17, sometimes $10. It's expensive. Oh, this one is so stunning because it's soft. No, I mean, I've got friends that have sheep, and when you know, when their sheep all get done, yeah, I can get some wool. And also, you know what I like? To spin it. So when the farmers have leftover wool here, I got a spinning wheel, and yeah, I've been practicing. So Ray, the guy that was mowing, his mother, it's a spinner. And when I first moved into the area up there of the little desert, I was at a party, and I couldn't, yeah. I couldn't believe that I was talking to a person. I said, it's a shame that we don't have spinners in Victoria or Australia anymore. He said, yes, we do. Because I was Googling and I found some in Sydney, and I thought, oh, they're too far away. And he goes, jump in the car, I'll take you up the road. Yeah. And I went, and he introduced me to Margaret. Yeah. I dated a farmer. They had sheep, lentils, beans. He's great. But yeah, I move too much, you know. I move around too much. Well, now I'm stationary at home, but yeah, he had an alpaca, and so Kutch, his name was, the alpaca, and he was a friend of the sheep, and he was looking after the sheep. So when he got sheared, I got a bag of his wool, and you won't believe, I was so happy. I thought I can spin it by hand because it's so soft, and then you can either color it, you know. Oh really? I love alpaca. You know what? Mice got into my wool. It's stuck here, isn't it? As you know, I don't have an office. I'm in bed. This is my office. So yeah. Queensland would be good, wouldn't it? Oh gosh. Nice and warm. I gotta actually get up to my property because it's been abandoned. So Ray sometimes goes and sees his mum, and we can drive up. Alpaca is good, Melmark. I love it. And I need anything. I'm not a professional knitter. I just knit. It relaxes me. I was on a live knitting and Carolina goes, "You knit so fast. Are you nervous?" Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love to, yeah, if I sell my property, I was thinking of buying a property down the ocean. I never crochet, Melmark. I'm thinking if I sell my property, I haven't even had one inquiry about my property. Actually, I should YouTube my property. Let's have a look. Oh, I wish Ocean Grove. Golden Beach. See if I can go to my channel. How do I do that? Playlist. Oh, you're in for a shock now. Check this out. Isn't that funny? I've never seen... Yeah, I did. I did put my property on my community post. That's my playlist. So... Oh, there it is. We shouldn't have any commercials here. I said I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have. I can't put this. I can't put this song, so I mute it. So I mute it. But you can see the sunsets. My property up there. There's some shorts. Crazy sunsets. I don't know why the TV is doing that. But yeah. I think there's one. That's the first property that I had. Is that just a file? Yeah. And then I had the one I have now.
Well, in January, in the shack.
So that was my first property. And we were cooking with Emily, with my daughter. That was so funny. Actually, that was the first time that we were there, I think. See the 12-volt battery?
Beautiful news.
Yeah, I'm doing a little poncho. This was my first off-grid, and I bought it for $45,000 and sold it for $85,000.
Beautiful.
But that would have been the first month that I was there. Before.
No more rain.
See the batteries? That's a battery pack. But it says that controls the solar panel.
Ta-da!
I'm gonna stop the... So that controls the solar panel and the lights. So it's alright, you know, you can run LED lights. And I had the fireplace, and then I did the kitchen outside. I thought I had a video, but it's good when I put it up so people can, you know, just see the shed as it is. You can see it there. So that's the new kitchen that I put in with a sink and the wallpaper that looks like stone. I want to get a new stove, but that's alright. And the fridge is a gas fridge, so with one bottle of gas I run the stove and the fridge. And I put all the floors, which I did myself. That's my bed. Air conditioning on top. And then I did like a little room at the back there. If the kids come over, they can stay there, see? Alright. Alright. Yeah, you can't play music. It's got a toilet, and when I put the generator on, I can run the washing machine but yeah, it's alright. It's got a septic. I gotta paint that door. It's good. You guys heard my daughter sing? From the words that you left, ringing in my head. You broke my chest, ringing in my head. You broke my chest. You are the lucky kind. Most of us are bitter over someone. Setting fire to our entire fun. Flipping pictures from the... Cute. She was just singing. But yeah, it's easy to do it. You know? I think it's good to try new things. So that's the front yard, and that's the backyard. It's good that it's decked out, and I planted a lot of succulents, and the yuccas were already there, but there's a pine tree and the flowers. They don't need water, so that's alright. That's a shed that I can put, you know. That's the septic. I was fixing it. The succulents are beautiful. And I put the gates at the front there, so that's the front, and the sunsets are so amazing there. Yeah, that's my little kitchen. It's enough light, see, with the batteries. So I don't know if you can see it, but I mean, it's on sale for 150,000. Yeah. That's my new shed. The lady that bought, you know, she loves it. She's still there. But yeah. Oh, it's just so stunning. The sunsets are amazing, really. So I had finished doing all the mowing, and you can see that's my old car that broke. That it's just little shorts that I've done. But it's always something to do, you know. You can always improve on something. So this part here, I put carpet that was inside of the property. I put it outside. But it would be nice to deck it out. Actually, that there. Oh, what happened? It's so weird because it's a playlist. But the fireplace was the inside of a dryer. So it's good. It's something that it's yours, you know. I bought it. I love it up there. It's gorgeous. And the problem is that it's a bit far to drive out, you know. I think it's 4.5 hours to get there. So it's, yeah. It's nice to have it, you know, so you remember it. The fireplace is beautiful. I like both, you know. I love the city and I like the country. It was raining, so I was catching water on a pot. So yeah, it's always nice to have somewhere to go, you know, away from the city. I love the bush so much. Oh my God. I mean, it's quiet here where I am, but yeah. But yeah, let me know if you want something knitted. I can knit it for you for next winter. I should charge my phone and sleep, I think. How did you go today with the daylight savings? You have a good night, my darling. Oh, okay. I just saw what you said. So funny. Melinda! I didn't see you come in, Melinda. How you going? Oh my God. Melinda, you're up. You're awake, sweetheart. We were doing a few stories for a couple of hours. Some funny ones. Okay. I didn't see you. Sometimes the chat doesn't really work, you know. I did like a live dancing the other day and zero chat came up. I couldn't see anyone talking. And then my daughter was in one of the chats and she screened the the chat and sent it to me. But yeah, I was showing about the little Gus. See what happens. I hope they find him and we wait for the developing, you know, the developing story. I got the fan on and then I had the aircon on and then I had the heater on. Oh yeah. Yeah, it happens to me with other channels too. Strange. But it's good to see you, sweetheart. Did you wash your dog today? Yeah, Melvin. That's what I've been knitting. I'm still knitting. It's crazy. Melvin is I started sneezing and coughing, and I don't really get a cold, so I thought, ooh, 26 degrees, and it wasn't even 26. It was, but it was like overcast and humid, and then the storm clouds. It was dark the whole day here on this side, on the east. All right, my darlings, well, I'll say good night, and it's been good having you all here. And enjoy the stories that we had. Have a great Sunday, because I know Thomas in Ireland is having a roast, Sunday roast. And Janet went to work. And everybody that tunes in later will very welcome. Enjoy the little stories. Some are funny, some are not so funny. All right, Melbourne, out. Love yous. Bye. Good night.